I gotta tell you, already out there's plenty of reviews on this device. And in this video, this is not considered a versus either, because I don't want to try to compare anything, because I feel each device has its own lane. And I always say that when it comes down to these handhelds and stuff like that. I jumped on this particular handheld for one reason, but after peeping this out, now I have two reasons. Right here is the Anbernic RG35XXSP. There is something I want to show you just in case you're like new to this when it comes to this little handheld, you know, when setting it up, because they don't have like too many other setups for this thing. So say for instance, you just got it and you just got out the box and you just want to set this thing up and just want to add your games. I just want to show you something that I really didn't see, and maybe you guys probably have seen all the videos, I'm not sure, but I just want to kind of show you just in case. But overall, you might like this handheld. Let's get started. What is going on, you guys? Your boy Famous Kid Video Game Entertainment. And before we go any further, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Click like, subscribing. It's always a big help. Now, I'm not going to get into the specs or nothing like that, or just too much into it, because the fact is, there's just, like I said, there's plenty of videos out there that actually will break this down all the way down to the science. Let's just put it this way. This thing can go up to like at least Nintendo 64, if I'm not mistaken, maybe some Dreamcast and stuff like that. But I wouldn't want to play, that's just my opinion. I'm not going to sit there and try to play Nintendo 64 up on here. You can go ahead and press the start, like if you want to use it and turn it to an analog and stuff like that. They got instructions out there on how to set that up if you want to do something like that. I'm not going to go through all that. I feel that the fact is, to me, I got this for a particular reason, because I want to play GBA, and it actually looks just like exactly spot on like the original Game Boy Advance. And I'm gonna show like a comparison to this one and a one that I do have a little bit in a bit. Okay, but first of all, I would just, as you can see, if you want to make this like your little MP3 player, this way you can just play your music. You want to throw it in your pocket, you'll be able to do it like using the headphone jack. Also, if you want to go ahead and plug it up to a screen, which I'm gonna do, I have a little bit of an idea for something like this into I'm gonna do it on another video just for fun. And say you got your charge in, you got your couple of buttons up there. You guys have probably already seen like a few videos with this. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so say for instance you got this thing and you just turn it on. It's your first time turning it on. You got the SD card. You got the one that doesn't have the preloaded games, and you just like, you wanted to go ahead and set up your own SD card. Now there's a couple ways you can do this. I got two SD cards. There's one of them is the SD card I'm using. The other one, I made sure that it does not work. Now let me show you. Now on the normal circumstances is that if you insert your SD card, if you search your SD card inside the thing, what it's supposed to do is supposed to populate the games, and your game's supposed to come up on the SD card. Okay, now in my case, this did not work when I did that. When I had put it up in there, it did not. When I put it up in there, and it's supposed to populate your folders for your for you to put your games on your PC. It did not work for me. Okay, so just in case this does not work for you, this is the reason why I wanted to kind of just talk to you guys about this, just in case, because I wouldn't want you guys to go the same mistake that I went through. Okay, so if you insert it and all of a sudden at the same time, what's supposed to happen after you turn it on, the console, it's supposed to populate your folders so that way you can turn it back off, and as you put it on your PC, it's gonna have all your folders so you can insert your games. I'm not telling you how to get that, that's up on you, but you can insert all your games. So in this case right here, if that doesn't work and you're like, how is this, saying it's not working, just in case that happens, go here, App Center. You're gonna go to you can do two things. You can go to I will go to apps, and then you see right here, notice the fact is that I put that SD card up in there and then it did not show. See, so I'm gonna put the SD card up in there and it did not show. That means that it did not read to where it can populate the folders for me to go ahead and format. Now in this case right here, it didn't show, just in case if that happens to you. Okay, so if that does happen, now there's probably other ways that you could pretty much, and there are probably ways on the internet that can probably teach you how to format this and go ahead and go through the whole thing. Okay, yeah, we know that. But if you want to really test out an SD card, keep it on and then go ahead and insert it. Go to App Center, just like I said, go to App Center right there and just insert it. See, at that point in time, it's gonna actually populate everything over to it anyway. Like if you wanted to, like once you do that the first time, you can go ahead and back out and then just cycle over and just let it reset, let it cycle through the thing, then power it down. And then if you want to take the SD card out and then put it in your PC, you can. That's one of the things I wanted to kind of show you, because there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Okay, just in case when you first turn this thing on, you're probably going to get those sounds as you just go ahead and navigate through the menu. You're going to get those sounds. You can turn it off just by going to your settings and then go to button sound. Okay, and you can turn it off. That way you can just turn it off. Okay, and then if you want to mess around with it, like button custom, all that kind of stuff, you can. And then not only that, it actually has it to where you can actually connect to the network. So one more menu that I wanted to show you, just in case you wanted to do some customization, just to change some stuff. Go to your same thing, go to your App Center and then go to apps, go to your first one and then go down to modify system settings. If you go right here to auto screen, I set it to quick shutdown just in case. And then you can also set your thing up to auto load. Turn it back on, it'll go right back to the game where last time you played it, which is pretty cool, because with these little small handhelds like this, you probably just want to just kind of play a couple of games, or you probably just like want to get back to what you're doing. You're playing Pokemon or something, and all of a sudden you just kind of want to get back to what you're doing. Now that we got that out the way, the reason why I wear gloves, and just like a lot of my devices I show, when I was setting this up off camera, this thing looked like it was about to go through an Afro convention. It was smeared from my greasy hands. The color is already black, so it had soul, and it still seemed like it still had some smears and smudges from it. I tried to wipe it off before, but but I just kept going. My bad. One of the reasons why I wanted to create this video about this device, because no lie, I am trying to make, and I'm not trying to make this like this big comparison. I'm really not, but I was curious about the screen colors compared to the RG35XXSP. And I have to say, the colors do pop on the RGSP. But here's the thing that makes the RG35XXSP, in my opinion, still good. The stock firmware that was on this device did not give it justice. But those that follow this channel knows that I love the MuOS on this device. And the craziest part about it is, using the MuOS, it actually can brighten the screen brighter than what the stock can do. And let me tell you, I came from and let me just go dig up into like the looks too, like far as like the gameplay. I came from the struggle when it came down to Game Boy Advance. Okay, so I like a sharp screen when I'm playing a game. So I found this setting that was on here that I was able to find, so I was able to like fine tune the screen to where it just looks a little bit more sharper. And if you guys want me to do a video about this on how to do it, just let me know in the comments, and if I get enough people, I'll just go ahead and I'll do something, or I'll just add it to the video that I want to do with a couple of my ideas. So just let me know in the comment. But overall, let's get down to the nitty gritty. The price of this little handheld is, yes, it's definitely on point, definitely affordable to get. You know, I still like the other one. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit of a bigger screen and stuff. I still like it because I feel like the fact is yeah, I'm still a big fan of it. I'm not trying to just create this video of saying this is the new shiny thing and this is better because it looks exactly like the Game Boy Advance. It does look like the Game Boy Advance SP. Yeah, I will give it that. Yes, but at the same time, if you able to find you a deal and you're able to get it for cheap and this is on sale, I will still go for that. Save your money. You don't have to pay no extra if you find you something a little bit more better. That's not including that the screen is just a little bit bigger and you can take advantage of when you're playing the games and just take advantage of the full screen size if you wanted to, because this one is really small. It goes good in the pockets and stuff like that, so that's good. We have that. That's what I'm saying. And to me, trying to find a Game Boy Advance SP for a decent price, yeah, it's not going to be there. And I understand about playing physical games, and that's good, but with something like this, you can save yourself in the pockets when it comes down to playing some decent Pokemon. All right, you guys, with that being said, I'm gonna be out, you guys. All right, and from gamer to gamer, thanks for watching.